What is up, everybody? My name is the Wumbo, as you all know, and today I wanted to talk a little bit about the Xbox One. So I saw this piece of news the other day that said Microsoft cuts Xbox One price to $249 ahead of Xbox One S launch. And I've been wanting to make a video about this for a while on my thoughts of the Xbox One S and the future of Microsoft's Xbox. But I think this is really going to be a good time to do it. So Microsoft, obviously, as I said, cut the price of the Xbox One to $249. Let's see. I'm not sure if that's bundled with the Kinect, but I know that when I got my Xbox One, it was the Christmas after it launched, and it was $500. And it was bundled with the Kinect, but it was $500, which is $100 more than the PS4. So Microsoft was able to justify that price by saying you get a Kinect with it, but it was $100 more expensive. And as we know now, the PS4 is pretty much obliterating the Xbox One, both in terms of sales and in terms of pretty much just generic support across the internet. And Microsoft has been doing a lot to try to fix that. They have monthly updates for the Xbox One, which are actually great. And they've been doing a lot of price adjustments. Been trying to obviously put out these new consoles, trying to make changes, update the controller, backwards compatibility, all these things. But I want to get my opinion out here in terms of the Xbox One S, because while I appreciate that Microsoft is trying to make these changes and they're trying to correct what they did wrong the first time, I'm a bit concerned as an owner of an Xbox One about the future of where these consoles are going. And by the way, it's not only Microsoft. PlayStation has obviously the PS4 Neo, which is going to be coming out, and that goes along with this. So the Xbox One S is supposed to be a slim and more compact version of the original Xbox One, and it's supposed to kind of fix the little things that the Xbox One had wrong with it, like USB ports are now like right on the front. You can stand it vertically. I'm trying to think what else there is. The power brick is actually bundled inside the console itself. It's not external. Just a bunch of little changes that are meant to make it a more complete package, more like a PS4, quite frankly. And so while that's good, and while I'm glad they're doing that, to me, as an Xbox One owner, it's kind of like a slap in the face, honestly, because the people that invested in those original Xbox Ones are now being told by Microsoft, yeah, we made a mistake with that console, and so we're just going to leave you behind, and we're going to make a new Xbox that's supposed to build on the old one, and we're going to build a more powerful Xbox another year later. That is going to, I mean, no one really knows what the effect is going to have, because how are developers going to make games that are capable of using this hardware on the new Xbox and also on the Xbox that I have now, the original Xbox One? And the same goes for the PS4 Neo. So, this whole slim console thing, it kind of concerns me, but I can kind of understand that they want to make those corrections. But the real concern for me is the Xbox One Scorpio. So, just really quick, a recap in case you didn't know. Xbox One Scorpio and the PS4 Neo are going to be the next generation of the PS4 and Xbox Ones, coming out in 2017. And I believe these are supposed to be more of the console entry to VR. And it's supposed to be able to handle 4K gaming, both the PS4 Neo and the Xbox One Scorpio. And so when you think about it, this lifespan of these consoles, the original Xbox One and the original PS4, is going to be about 4 years, I believe. Maybe 3. I don't know. Someone check the math for me. I can't remember how long it's been since I got my Xbox One. But the concerning thing about that is that, for a PC, it's just progressive updates. You get a graphics card. You get a new graphics card every year. You don't have to get one. You can still play PC games. But, people can upgrade as they choose. Whereas on console, if you don't move to the next generation, you're going to be left behind. Because sooner or later, game developers just aren't going to develop games for you. The games that are developed for you aren't going to be any good. You're not going to have as many friends or people to play with on the older consoles. And so, just generally speaking, you pretty much have to buy a console as consoles get better. Every time there's a new console, at some point, you pretty much have to get that console if you want to have a good console gaming experience. And so when they move this development cycle to 4 years per se, that's quite concerning, because they're basically saying you're going to have to upgrade your console every 4 years now, whereas the Xbox 360 to Xbox One was like 10 years. Now, obviously, it's great to have those sort of updates, but just the nature of console gaming itself, I don't know how they can work around the fact that they're going to be leaving people behind. Unless game developers have some sort of way to develop a game for an Xbox One Scorpio and then it automatically will work on an Xbox One, an original Xbox One, they're going to be leaving people behind as they go. And so Microsoft has already said, like, oh, we're not leaving people behind. You know, these games are going to work fine. Like, you know, you'll be just fine. So for me, I'm concerned that as an owner of an original Xbox One, I'm just going to be left behind, basically. Within like 2 years' time, I'm just going to be like irrelevant, and this new Xbox One Scorpio, PS4 Neo are going to be the new consoles, and everyone's going to be moving over to those, and then I'm expected to buy a new console. And so, yeah, I'm not sure I'm a fan of that trend. I really don't. I mean, honestly, I don't know what to think, because while I do appreciate that they're making things better, just the nature of console gaming itself, you just can't do that unless you expect people to spend $500 on a console every 4 years or something like that, which people just aren't willing to do for a casual gaming experience. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments about the Xbox One S and the Xbox One Scorpio. Let me know if you guys have one of these consoles, the PlayStation, whatever you have. Let me know what you think about it. Yeah, I don't know. Pretty strange times. I think with the original Xbox One and the PlayStation 4, I think PlayStation and Microsoft's plans were to make those like 9-year-long devices, or consoles, I mean. But with this whole VR craze that's starting to come up, I think they decided that they didn't have everything right the first time, that they just didn't have the hardware to do it, and they said, we're just going to make a beefier machine, and if you buy it, you buy it. If you don't, you're left behind. So anyway, guys, I'm done rambling here, but anyway, yeah, my name is Wumbo. Leave a like and comment. Yeah, see you next time.